Yep. Make sure my folk know I'm going now so I can get about 2 questions in.
Go ahead, man.
All right. Somebody what about to?
He gonna take a pee. You go ahead.
Who that? Who he? Oh, Nick Chubb? Yeah. Let's get Nick Chubb first. Let's get out after that.
Switch out for Nick Chubb.
So how's the body feel on Monday morning, all right?
It was sore. Felt sore, yeah.
How did it feel getting into the end zone for the first time coming off that injury?
It felt fine. You know, it's great to get out there with the guys and play another game.
Nick, usually you don't hold on to the football, or you don't keep the football at the touchdown. What made you decide to?
I keep them every now and then, but I mean that one was special. You know, just the first one back.
Nick, from a, I guess, performance standpoint, how did you think you did, and when you went back on film, how did you look to yourself?
I think I did okay. You know, I haven't played in the year. I felt like I haven't played in the year. You know, a little rust here, tripping over myself. Where in the past I could have came out of some things, but I mean overall, it's just great to get out there again.
I mean, I know they had you on a pitch count of sorts. Do you feel like you could add to your usage this week and kind of keep adding here right now?
Yes, I do.
Nick, the coach told us today that Ken Dorsey is now going to call plays. How do you think that affects the offense?
Oh, hopefully it'll be affected in a good way. Guys are out here we love Kevin and Dorsey, so just blessed to have 2 good coordinators here, and we're looking forward to getting out there and playing.
Were you pushing?
What do you hope Jameis is going to be able to do for you guys now that he's going to start Sunday?
Just go out there and be himself, be who he is. And Jameis has always been that spark that we needed. He's always, a great leader on and off the field. He makes plays with his arm. He's a cannon. He's very smart. So looking forward to playing with him.
Were you pushing Coach to give you more opportunities in that second half, being how close the game was at that point?
I mean, we had a plan. We stuck to it.
Nick, you wrote that letter to the fans last week, and I'm sure it was an emotional thing for you. But what did it feel like to kind of hear from the crowd reception? You come out of the tunnel, you're scoring, and kind of see their support real time once again.
Yeah, it felt good. Go out there, play with the guys again, see the love from everyone. It felt good.
Can you estimate what percentage of your game was there? How much to get to 100%?
I don't have a number.
No.
What thoughts on Deshaun Watson being lost for the season to ruptured Achilles, and knowing what you just went through, what he's now facing and trying to get his way back?
Yeah, it sucks. Sucks for him. Sucks for us. It's hard, going through injury like that, season-ending injury. But Deshaun's strong, and we're still here for him. He's still our teammate, our brother, and he's going to come out of it.
Nick, when you got back out there, you talked about the rust. Is part of that, did the game have to kind of slow down for you again when you got out there?
It's just I haven't done it in a while. That's how I am with everything. I always need time, preparation to get back to playing my best. So I think that's just the biggest thing. I just haven't done it in a year and whatever days.
What other footballs have you kept throughout your career?
I've kept some. I don't know which ones.
Was it encouraging knowing being out there and performing the way that you did in your first game back give you the confidence and the knowledge that you're just going to be who you are and have always been?
Yeah, going out there and getting tackled, which is what I've wanted to feel, since I got hurt. Just with my leg, just a mental part of it is what I wanted to achieve, and that's what happened. That's what I did.
Do you have anything, any thoughts when Deshaun went down about what was happening in the crowd at that point, booze, the cheers that were going on about that? I know you're pretty well known usually, but do you have any emotions about that situation?
Well, I thought it was disappointing that some people did have a different reaction, but I know we're all in this together, us in Cleveland. I know that everyone didn't feel like that, but it's a tough situation. But we all love Deshaun here.
Nick, I know what people on Twitter were sharing that one blitz pickup you had early in the game. I mean, how good did it feel to just add that part of the game back and get to hit a defender like that again?
Yeah, it felt good to be out there.
What do you see when you look at this Ravens defensive front?
What I always see when I play those guys, big up front, physical, fast, love to stop, great at stopping the run, do a lot of good things up there. It'll be a challenge.
I think a lot of people thought Derrick Henry might be past his prime, and he's going out and having the kind of year he's had. What do you see from him, and how impressive has that been?
He looks how he's always looked, explosive, fast, strong, can make any cut, and he's always been that good.
Do you feel that the relationship at all between the Browns players and Browns fans right now is a little bit strained from what happened when Deshaun went down? I mean, I know how much you love the Browns fans, but how do you guys kind of reconcile what went on and make yourselves feel still great about Browns fans after all that?
Well, at the end of the day, the fans just want us to win, and we're not doing that. So I think we can understand the frustration coming from them. But, beyond football, in the locker room, we're brothers. We're more than just football players, and that's where it hurt us because one of our brothers went down, and people felt differently about it.
But do you feel in some ways that it's not representative of, your experience obviously has been great with Browns fans. Do you think that that's not representative of what Browns
I think if we get a win, everyone will feel a lot better.
Good.
Thank you. Oh, sorry.
Jameis, I know you'd rather be starting under different circumstances, but how good will it be to be back out there under center?
First off, man, I'm extremely grateful to have yet another opportunity to do what the Lord has called me to do in the NFL, and that's be a starting NFL quarterback. So I'm beyond grateful for this, and I am prepared, and I will do my very best.
What can you do to add a spark to this offense?
Go out there one play at a time, and actions, and execute. It's simple.
Ken Dorsey, we were just told, is going to be calling the plays. Just just what are your thoughts on that, and how might that change things, and what kind of relationship do you have with him and all of that?
Yeah, we've been with Ken since training camp. His voice has always been in my ear through meeting rooms, through even on the field. So I'm excited that he gets another opportunity to go out there and dial up some great plays.
Were you surprised that that change was made?
At the end of the day, man, my focus is on doing whatever's required for this team to be in the best position to win football games.
The fact that you were able to come in as the third quarterback on Sunday, you were able to throw a touchdown, you got the 2-point conversion. Does that matter? Does that do anything for you going into this week playing a Ravens team that seems to be clicking on?
Well, everything matters. Everything matters. But my focus is on today, Wednesday. We will get to Sunday. We know this is a great team, but we're preparing to be our very best.
Jameis, do you view this as a chance to reestablish yourself as an NFL starter?
I view this as an opportunity to go out there and be my very best. And when I'm my very best, I'm a great NFL starter.
Jameis, how about, what are your thoughts on Deshaun being lost for the season with his Achilles, undergoing surgery on Friday? You had such a great relationship with him. You guys got so close this year. So what are your thoughts on that and him and maybe the outlook?
Yeah, I won't cease praying for him. I know the mental strain that is when you are done for a season, especially all the work that you put in for that season. But we're going to continue to lift him up throughout the year, regardless.
Jameis, what was your best year in your career?
Right now. Right now is my best year.
Why is that?
Because now is the only thing that matters.
Jameis, how much did the time you've spent on, as a backup, kind of watching from the sideline, how much has that helped, change and benefit you as you go into this, returning to the starting?
I'm always preparing as if I am the starter, and now that I am the starter, I'm going to continue to prepare like an NFL starting quarterback.
There's been so many issues offensively, just for you watching on the sidelines and being in the room all week and that. What can you do to provide a spark to get this offense on track? The circumstances of why you're in there aside, but just what can you do to get this thing moving in the right direction?
Yeah, what I can do is be decisive, keep everything simple, and just do my job. What we can do as an offense is to be decisive, keep things simple, and do our job.
How have you evolved as a quarterback in these 10 years?
When I had the opportunity to sit behind Drew Brees and Sean Payton in 2020 during the year of COVID, then I understood the importance of the process of being an NFL quarterback. What does it take to beat this specific team? What does it take for a quarterback to make the plays that he should make and to not make the plays that he should make? So I think my involvement as a quarterback has been every year, but I believe knowing the plays not to make instead of knowing the plays that I am capable of making.
It seems you've been fond of going downfield vertically in your career. Is that something this offense has lacked to this point for whatever reason?
What's more important is our execution. We have had some good drives, sustained drives. We have to continue to build on drives and give our defense a breather, whether that's taking what the defense gives us. We all want to attack the ball down the field vertically. Like, that's explosive, that's fun football. And that's what we're trying to incorporate as an offense, is get back to playing Cleveland Browns fun football.
What did Drew and Sean, the time in New Orleans, what specifically did they show you about the process?
The continuity and really knowing what does it take this week to beat this team. Every NFL game is not the same, as we all know, but there are little intricacies and processes that you have to be willing to be put in place for your approach for that game.
How do you feel like you might be a better quarterback now for this start on Sunday than you were even 2 years ago for your previous start?
Well, I'm not really. I know I'm a better quarterback now because now is the opportunity that I have. 2 years ago, I don't even remember 2 years ago. I'm focused on right now.
Hey, Jameis, you know, we talk so much about your leadership. How is that important right now, given 5-game losing streak, 1-6, play caller change, everything that's going on? How can you kind of galvanize the guys around you?
By being consistent with who I am. I'm not a guy that hangs on the fence. Like, I'm gonna be out in front, out in the open, and I'm gonna be who I am every single day. One of my greatest traits is being authentic, and I think my teammates respect that. Nothing different is going to change besides a new quarterback.
Is it easier to use your natural leadership ability now that you are back out in front as a starter?
I believe anytime that you're able to be on the field with the guys, I put it like this in terms of military, your soldiers are going to listen to the people that are out there in the field. No matter how much the nurse or cafeteria person can encourage them, they're going to really fight for the people that are out there in the fire with them.
Jameis, you and Deshaun have some traits from a football standpoint that are similar. You have some things that are different. What changes, if anything, about the offense and maybe how they'll run things with you out there versus when he was out there?
What changes is going to be a different number at quarterback.
I don't know how many games you have played in your career against the Ravens, but you've always been in different divisions than this one. What are your observations about their defense?
Well, I know that they're a tough team. Historically, they have been one of the best defenses in my era. So I know they're going to play hard. I know that they have a good secondary. One of my good friends over there, Marlon Humphrey, we're from the same area. I know that number 14, he's a great player. They have a nice veteran back end with Eddie Jackson. He's awesome. And Marcus Williams, he's awesome too. So we just got to go and do our job. It's really not about them and who they are. It's about us and who we are.
I know you said you're not thinking about 2 years ago when you made your last start, but was that experience tough for you, starting the season, getting hurt, and then not having another chance to start until now?
Well, that really doesn't matter. What matters is this opportunity that I have right now. And like I said, I'm extremely grateful and happy that I get a chance to go out there and be my very best.
James, the last time we saw you after the game, you gave your impassioned speech about what happened with the fans and Deshaun Watson after that game. So my question is, how do you feel about the relationship right now between the Browns players and the fans, and how are you going to reconcile when you go out there to play in front of these
well, I feel like I made it very clear of my love and passion for these fans and how grateful we are that they are passionate fans. I just know that there's a way to do things and there's a way not to do things. And I'm not saying that every fan made that decision to act in that way. So if you are concerned about that, man, just pull up to the game and let's show up. Let's show up and show out, and whatever you feel, let it be felt. But we need you. I think it's so important when you have a storied fan base to support their team. And I know we cannot do it without you.
Jameis, you talked about having a great relationship with Ken Dorsey. What type of level of trust do you have in him now that he's taking over as the play caller?
Well, he's a world-class offensive coordinator. He's been doing this since he's been winning championships in Miami. So I know that he's going to do a heck of a job, and that's my coach. I'm going to fight for him, and I'm going to do whatever's required to help lead us to a victory.
If he were to call plays upstairs like he did in Buffalo, would you lean on Stefanski as the game day quarterback coach, so to speak?
I'm going to be leaning on everyone that is willing and able to help assist us in finding a way to earn the Cleveland Browns a victory on Sunday.
James, what does it say about Kevin that he gave up the play calling, which he hadn't done in his first 4.5 years? He'd always done that.
I think Coach Stefanski has noticed what he noticed in the decision that our head coach makes are the decisions that we're going to live and die by. So I'm just grateful that he has the awareness to make any decision.
Jameis, I know we asked you about Nick on Sunday and how he played, but getting a chance to go out there with Nick Chubb, just knowing this injury he came out of and how he came out of that game, what's your thoughts on getting a chance to actually play with him?
Well, I mean, I'm a guy that really doesn't need too much motivation, but playing with Nick Chubb, knowing what he's overcame is very inspiring. And what he means to this city and to this football team, I'm gonna go out there and give my best for him to excel and be who he is.
Appreciate you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, man.
Thank you, James.
Sources confirmed. Oh, it's not 3 questions. I'm just kidding.
Welcome to Cleveland.
Oh, thank you.
Bill, you've
Gotta
learned in
be.
a short time how this business works. Did this kind of take you by surprise, though?
Yeah, I mean, it's just like you said, it's just part of the business. I'm excited to be here. Got in midnight on Monday, and so going on 2 days here already. But excited to be a part of this organization and help any way I can.
You had a choice whether to agree to this or not. Why did you agree to it?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just a great opportunity. Just come in here, learn from Coach Stefanski. Obviously, when I was at the Patriots, I had AVP and TC and those guys, and kind of ran a similar offense. So being able to come here and kind of already have knowledge of what's going on here is, something that I took into consideration.
Referring to the preseason training camp?
Yes. Yep.
Browns fans had a chance a couple of years ago to see you here in that 300-yard game you had with New England. Just what do you remember about coming here and that game and everything like that?
Yeah, I remember it was, very loud, very hostile environment. It was a great game for us. I told Coach Stefanski, hopefully, we can kind of reciprocate.
You've had a chance in your short career so far to work with some of the greatest minds in this game, with Belichick and now Andy Reid for the period you were there with the Chiefs. Just what have you kind of learned from those two guys, two legends as coaches, as you kind of continue your career?
Yeah, I've learned a lot. Obviously, Bill was kind of big on the defensive side. He's one of the greatest defensive coaches of all time. So learning that aspect and that part of the game from him and how he sees defenses was definitely helped. And then you go to Kansas City and you have Coach Reid, who's the opposite. He's one of the greatest ever offensive coaches. So just picking those guys' brains, just both sides of the ball, and it's just been awesome. The last 2.5 years to learn from those guys, and learned a lot, and hopefully whenever the opportunity comes to kind of put that on the field.
Bailey, just going into the quarterback room with a guy like Jameis, what's that been like just in your short time now, together with him?
Yeah, it's been great. I've heard a lot of great things about Jameis before I got here. So, we didn't know each other before I got here, but, introduced each other, one another, went right into meetings when I got here. So, it's been a pretty smooth transition, and I'm excited to be a part of the, room with him and DTR.
Kevin said he doesn't know if DTR is going to be able to throw given the finger injury. So if you have to be the backup on Sunday, how do you get ready to do that so fast?
Yeah, just grind, honestly. Just get to work, study, watch film. Obviously, that's, Coach Stefanski's decision on what he wants to do and what he sees fit. But, like I said, I'm kind of familiar with the system already, so it'd be pretty easy for me to, pick it up and hit the ground running. And, we'll see come Sunday.
We know the rules of the practice squad and all that. You're here for a minimum of 3 weeks. Is it your mindset that this is a season and want to stay here?
Yeah, 100%. I think that was kind of what was, communicated before when I got here. Be here all year and, do everything I can to help this team win, last, 11 weeks. So, I'm excited.
How difficult is it, though? Because we know those things are so intensive. There's so
Yep.
much to them. Someone kind of jump team to team, like how long can that process take? How difficult is that for players? I know you get a little bit used to it, but
Yeah.
what's that process like?
It's a hard process. It's a lot of, hours sitting in there, getting flashcards out, just sitting there hour after hour, just going through flashcards and things like that. But, obviously with, Coach Dorsey here, some things have changed, new verbiage and what I've learned when I was at the Patriots. So just kind of learning that and picking up on that stuff. But kind of like the main gist of, the offense and the scheme is kind of the same what I've learned there, and just picking that up. And if there's any new things, obviously I have, Ashton, QB coach, and, Jameis, those guys lean on and ask questions for to kind of pick up on it, as fast as possible before Sunday.
What was it like being with the Chiefs for a few weeks?
No, it was great. Meet with Pat, obviously we kind of had a connection before, dating back to college. His QB coach was my offensive coordinator in college, so we kind of had that connection already. And then getting there and learning from him, obviously he's, the best at this position. And so learning from him, learning from Carson, and learning from Coach Reid and all those guys there in that offense was pretty sweet.
What
was your biggest takeaway from Pat, from his game, from just working so closely with him during this time?
Yeah, just how hard he prepares and the way he prepares. You know, I was able to sit in a lot of meetings and, you know, watch him, the way he watches film, the way he studies the game plan, things like that, how intricate and how, you know, serious he is about that stuff. And, you know, I was always, every time he was doing something or at practice or, you know, in meetings, I was always, you know, paying attention, you know, taking notes down and just kind of learning from him and listening to how he sees the game and trying to take that into myself.
Did he teach you how to throw behind the back?
No, we didn't get to that part. I was only there for maybe the 7th week. If I was there, we would have got it.
Very good.
Oh, good.
Thank you.
Thank you.